Time signatures are probably one of the most important aspects of music composition. So understanding your basic time signature is actually pretty important when it comes to music composition. So I want to show you some strange time signatures that I came across from a composer named Bortkiewicz. From a composer named Bortkiewicz. He's a Ukrainian composer that I discovered a couple months back, and he's actually a very highly melodic composer. I would say that some of his influences are Chopin, Rachmaninoff, maybe a little bit of Tchaikovsky. But the important thing with this composer is that he does have his own voice. So if you were to listen to some of his piano concertos, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But I'm going to show you some strange time signatures that I came across when I was listening to some of his etudes. And we're going to take a look at this etude right here called La Blonde. So this is an obscure etude, but I came across the nature of my business is learning how to notate music efficiently and effectively. And when I came across this, I noticed something very strange. You're going to see in the right hand here, we have 18/16. Now, I mean, that time signature alone is pretty strange, but if you look at the left hand, you're going to see 12/16. So what we have here is two different time signatures. One different time signature in the right hand and another different time signature in the left hand. Now, I've never seen this specific time signature combination before, so I figured let's sit down and take a look at this and analyze what this means. But having a basic understanding of time signatures is going to be critical in order to understand what this combination here means. So let's go over what the basic time signature of 4/4 means. So what the time signature 4/4 indicates is that we can fit 4 quarter notes in a measure, because the numerator, which is 4, indicates the number of notes that we can fit, and the denominator 4 indicates quarter notes. So we can fit 4 quarter notes in a measure. Let's look at the time signature of 3/4. The numerator of 3 indicates we can fit 3 quarter notes in the measure. And we can fit 6/8 notes in a measure. This is double the amount of notes. And then you can fit 12/16 notes in a measure in 3/4/4 time. So it's a very basic explanation of time signatures, but that's important to understand when I go over 18/16 and 12/16, because how do we notate something like this in Music Jotter? So I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you what this means. So let's take a look at 18/16. So we have 18/16 notes that can fit in the measure. Okay, so 18 indicates the number of notes, and 16 indicates the duration of that note. The 16th is 16th notes, which I've selected right here, and we can fit 18 of those in this measure. Now let's take a look at what 12/16 indicates. So if we look at the numerator, we have 12 notes, and the denominator is 16th, which indicates a duration of 16th note. So we can fit 12/16 notes in a measure. And what this composition is telling us is that the right hand is going to have a completely different rhythm than the left hand. Now, another way of doing this without having the two different time signatures, one different time signature in the right hand and another different time signature in the left hand, is to use tuplets. So we're going to do that in Music Jotter. We're going to use tuplets to notate this etude correctly. Okay, so we have our right hand, which is notated perfectly. The left hand, we have 2/16 notes for every 3/16 notes in the right hand. So we're going to need a ratio that will take this into account. So let's change our ratio. And then we have 2/16 notes for every 3/16 notes. And this should actually handle the rhythm that we need. Okay, the beaming has to be restructured. And now this is a lot more accurate, because for every 3 notes, we have 2 notes that align. For every 3 notes, we've got 2 notes here. 3 notes to 2. 3 notes to 2. This is exact. 3 notes to 2. 3 notes to 2. 3 notes to 2. So this is how you would do it. It's a bit of a pain if you don't understand time signatures or tuplets, but I just wanted to show you that something like this can be notated in Music Jotter using tuplets. So that's why it's critical in understanding how rhythms work. Let's take a look at another ratio. Okay, so you see over here we have 9/16 in the right hand and 6/16 in the left hand. So let's notate that now. So 9/16 just means we can fit 9/16 notes in a measure. So let's do that. Great. So now the left hand is 6/16. So we need to look at the PDF and see what's going on now. So it looks like the same ratio. We have 2/16 notes for every 3/16 notes. So we're same exact ratio actually. And this should solve that problem. Okay, so let's click on tuplet ratio. And now we have 2/16 notes for every 3/16 notes. Let's rebeam. And let's verify the rhythms. So we have 3/16 notes for every 2/16 notes here. 3-2 and 3-2. Great. So as you can see here, we are fully capable of notating Bortkiewicz. He uses really weird time signatures, but we don't need the two different time signatures here. We can just use one time signature and just use tuplets to emulate the same effect. So I haven't seen this type of time signature before I started studying this composer. So at first I had no idea what I was looking at, but then after thinking about it, it made sense. It's just a shortcut, a way of using polyrhythms without using tuplets. So as you can see, time signatures are very powerful in Music Jotter, and we're fully capable of notating really weird rhythms. But in order to get creative with your music, it's critical for you to have a basic understanding of time signatures and the tuplet. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck composing in common time using all of the standard durations. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with this, but then what's the fun in that? Now you may be wondering when Music Jotter will be available. Early access for select members will be open very soon. In fact, I'm in the process of finalizing multiple voices. So if you're excited about getting access to the software, make sure that you follow me by liking this video and by subscribing. Music Jotter as a channel will be home to composers of all types, from the hobbyist to the professional. And the more support that I can get, the higher the chances we can get this product out on the shelves. So I just want to thank you for watching this very short demo around how we can notate Bortkiewicz's weird time signatures. So he may be an obscure composer, but his music is actually really quite good. So I suggest you listen to some of his piano concertos in your free time. They're not only very pianistic, but the orchestration is actually quite good. See you next time.